Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleague. It seemed to me that we have two panelists and an hour time, or maybe more than an hour time. So, I don't know, how much would you like to talk?
About a quarter of an hour.
Quarter, 20 minutes? Do you think it's enough? 15. Okay, what's yours?
The rules are for 15.
15. So
15.
To the limits. Okay.
Okay, and mean that we're going to have lengthy discussion after their presentations. We're hoping that. Okay, now I am going to give the floor to Professor Elida Tabaku.
Yes.
Okay, floor is yours, madam.
Okay, thank you. Now, I have prepared my presentation in Albanian, but the head of the session asked me to do it in English. I will try not to make many mistakes, as I'm going to translate it on the spot. Now, our paper, mine and Elvana, we are teachers at the University of Tirana, is about the quality, teaching quality as a guarantee of quality in higher education. In the first session that I was, and in the morning, all of us have discussed about how to keep and to maintain quality. And we have seen it as part of different units set up in university or at the faculty. But we have seen it from another point of view, from the quality of teaching in the hall, in the classroom. And this is for us as teachers and as professors, the first most important thing. First of all, what is the role of higher education in society, and why is it important to have higher education of great quality? Because it ensures qualified forces for management, planification, design, teaching, and research. And also, technological advance of a certain society is greatly dependent on higher education. Also, it creates possibilities for learning all life learning, especially today when economy, technology, science are greatly developed. And also, according to this, there are four component parts of education, and they have been given by the report of the Commission of Education of UNESCO in 1996. And they are learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. And according to this, they have been translated into specific functions of higher education, which are, first, to prepare students for research and learning. Second, to offer training courses in according with the needs of economic and social life of the society. Third, to be open to all. And this is the problem that has been dealt with by everyone in their papers today, that today we are speaking of the massivization of higher education. And this opening to all is in order to take care of all the aspects of the lesson during all the life. And the fourth thing is to encourage and to promote international cooperation through internalization of research, technology, and different cooperation ways. So today, we cannot speak of giving lessons, education, competencies in higher education in Albania, but this will be seen in a greater context. And even better university is an example of this. Turkish, Albanian, and also people coming from Kosovo and other countries. Now, and all of this have been reflected in the mission of higher education in Albania. I'm not going to read and translate because you all know this. They are in Article 2 of the law of higher education in Albania. And if you pay attention to this, you'll see that the 4 points given in this article are the reflection of all the strengths of higher education in the world now. Today, all of us speak of quality. Why do we need quality? And it is because higher education in Albania has gone through a lot of transformations. We speak of massivization. We have a diversity of students, so students who are hardworking and committed to work and students who are lazy. At the same time, they may come with low standards of learning and of knowledge. Also, all the stakeholders, starting from family, society, state, private organization, private companies, and people, students themselves, they are interested in having quality and standards. So the main task of the institution of higher education is to increase the quality, and for this they have set up different units within the institution or in the government. And so also there are many definitions related to higher education. It depends on the interest that different people or stakeholders have in education. And so someone considers quality related to knowledge taken, someone to competences and skills for doing research. But the most important thing is that university graduates must be able to cope with the market demands, and they must be equipped with skills and competences to be able to adapt to the needs of the society. In other words, to be able to survive. So, but as I said at the beginning, when we discuss about this, about quality, it is a very great word and a great goal. We see it related to something else, to quality teaching in the class. And this is a permanent task of higher education. And we speak here of curricula and syllabus improvement. And this is a continuous process, because we don't say that we have the best curricula, because they must change according to the needs of the market. And a good teaching is that teaching which leads to good learning. And this is a thing that we pointed out, or we focused on this in the first session, that sometimes teachers may forget that they see themselves simply as lecturers, as preachers. But we must think and we must work for teachers who are not simply preachers, but people who help children, students, pupils, students, to learn more. Because sometimes we forget that the students that we teach are children, are teenagers, 19, 18, teen, they are teenagers, and they need to be taught by us. And so it means that it must lead to a full acquisition of knowledge, skills, and also of values that the lecturers, the teachers, and the institutions must give to students. Now, and today there are many approaches to teachers. We know about this, student-centered learning, and in fact, a lot has been said about this, but most of the university teachers see this as the task of the middle school teachers and not as the task of university teachers. And what people that deal with this and different researchers point out that teaching at university level must match the student needs and the learning styles of the students. So here we have three component elements of the process of learning. I'm going to say it quickly. The first one is the social context, and it has to do with the relationship between teaching and the learning environment. And with the learning environment, we mean the lecture halls, the way we organize the seminars, and also what they bring from outside. So what are their beliefs, their attitudes, their learning styles, their learning strategies, and especially today when we teach students who come from another social context different from the student of the past. They have access to different means of communication. They know many foreign languages. They have a lot of knowledge. At the same time, this may influence on their motivation. The second is their basis of knowledge. So when we go to the hall, we must not think that we know everything and they know nothing. We must take into consideration what they bring, how much they know about this, and how can we help them to to make their learning easier. And also because when they come to the lecture hall, they have different perceptions about the subject that may be different from what I think about that. So they may have different reasons for taking a certain course, which are different from what I think about that. And the last one is that psychological element, and this refers to different theories of learning, and the teachers at university level must know this and must be able to apply this in the lecture hall, because sometimes teachers that teach at university level may be very good scientists, they may have a very good knowledge of their subject, but they are very poor teachers. They don't know anything about psychology and teaching methods. The aim of this presentation is to see a connection between quality in education with quality in teaching, how to improve teaching for a better preparation of the students, and how much good teaching influences quality in general. And the methodology of this paper was that this is an empirical study. It was based on interviews, and the sample of the study comprised 100 students of English language program the first year in the period from March to April 12, 2012, and also 8 teachers who give lessons in 2 different subjects. Most of the sample are women, 80%, because it is a teacher education program, and most of the people are women in foreign languages programs in Albania. And the average age, or mean age, is 19.2 years, and 90% of them gave answers. Now, the questionnaire, thank you, consisted of 15 items, 3 for each factor of the lesson, and it also had some semi-structured questions so that they could express themselves about their perceptions related to learning and what difficulties they had. And the main point of this study was how teachers at university and students consider the quality of teaching and its interest in the higher education, because sometimes there is a gap between what teachers think about teaching and what students think. For example, I am a teacher and I think my duty is to give lessons. He is a student and he thinks I'm a student, I can have a lot of time, I can waste it, and in the end I can learn. If I'm able to learn, I will take the exam. Now, data analysis, these are the answers of the students' questionnaires, and it was about good teaching, good standards and goals, good assessment, and also generative